All right, guys. So, welcome to day 28 of the execution project. And today, it was a green day once again. So, let's go over the trade I took and why there was, on some occasions, areas where I didn't enter. So, um, the last 2 weeks or so, I hadn't been looking much at ES, but I found that looking back at ES and basically confirming my trades um, with ES brings me a lot more confirmation, and it helps me a lot more in my winners. So today it helped me a ton because, and I'll show you guys the reason why, and I'm going to show you the reason why I didn't take this trade all the way up here. And so you see that everything looked really good here. Look, we broke the area that we were rejecting off quite a bit. Um, and we had some very positive volume delta here, and we broke with a lot of force. But the reason why I didn't take this, the reason I didn't go long on this, everything looks good here, right? Technically, if we were just looking at Nasdaq, it would look really nice. But once we go on ES, we see that the candle barely closes. And the reason why I wouldn't have taken this anyways, like, because, okay, well, you might be asking yourself, well, this candle closed on Nasdaq, on ES at 2. But the reason is we didn't close above this rejection candle. Look at that rejection candle. We literally tapped in and rejected it pretty well. So that's kind of like a confirmation for me to say, like, okay, if we don't break above this with enough force, like, let's say if a candle would have closed all the way up here or here, then it would have been a different story, right? I probably would have had more confirmation to go along. But we close literally actually to a T. We close right on that area where we rejected it. So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna go long. I'm gonna wait for a better setup, or wait for the next candle to push up, right? To push a little bit higher. We didn't get that. We got a complete reversal towards the downside. And you can see here that broke um, we broke the orb here at 11:45. On here, where were we at 11:45? We still hadn't broken the range, but here at 11:50, this candle, some nice negative delta, some good volume delta, sorry, and we had the same on ES. And so this confirms to me that, okay, yeah, now we really want to keep going down. And I mean, we had broken through VWAP here. On ES, VWAP was all the way up to here. Uh, I kind of didn't take this into consideration. But we were far away at the time. Like, look how far we are away from touching VWAP or going to previous sessions lows. And so I positively took that. I went short. I have my usual stop, which I think this was a super good stop, because if we would have broken out of these two levels, which would have been pre-market high, actually no, Asia high and VWAP, if we would have broken out, and that would have like said to me, okay, yeah, the trade is completely invalid. And that's why I had my stops all the way up there. It was all the way up to that candle right here, if I'm not mistaken. And I was targeted on, obviously, I always target my 50 points for reassurance, but I would have loved to see us go all the way down to pre-market low. It looks like it could still go all the way down to pre-market low. There's still like a lot of it looks like the sellers are still in control. We're still below VWAP, and look how during the trade it kind of came back up. And this is like a double confirmation that the trade is literally going to keep going my way. Is the fact that we tapped into VWAP and we closed back down, and it was keep going. So like, I was just positive. I was saying, okay, there's no way this is going to keep going up. And I don't know what ES did, but there wasn't really any level for me to confirm to say, okay, yeah, this is going to keep going down. But I mean, we're below VWAP, and that price is going to go and want to touch into this area and see if it likes it or not. and to see if it keeps going down or it bounces off of it and we keep going. But besides that, a very good trade. That was honestly, this was the best trade I've taken this week. This week has been a lot better than last week. The reason being because, and honestly, like now that I look back, I back tested a little bit last weekend, and I did realize that yes, I really did need the confirmation from ES for me to be like, okay, yeah, this is 100%. And I used to do that at the beginning of the project. I was really fond to it. Like I was real, and you guys will remember if you go back to the first couple of videos, I mark out the high, the low, and everything. I show you guys everything, and I also show you that on ES I'd done the same thing. And then there was a week where I decided, you know what, like it might, and I was back testing, and some of the trades that I took, I didn't really necessarily need ES when I looked back at it. But with everything, like all the news, with the war news and more than actually, I've just seen a trade here that I could have taken. We could have bounced off this candle here. Look. Anyways, I just realized that because that was something that I was looking forward to for us to tap into this for the data low candle, and it actually to a T literally tapped into it and then it's skyrocketed. But yeah, back to what I was saying. The performance for me this week has been a ton, like a lot better than last week. Not only because of ES, like having that confirmation with ES, but also because last week there was a lot of war news, and so a lot of unexpected like news coming into the market, and completely take. I mean, there's a bunch that you can go see from last week that I took, and it was just like news kind of didn't help me out. But I'm super happy that this week is we hit some really nice trades. This one definitely the trade of the week, which is we hit it on a Friday, which is nice. You know, you always want to end the week the best way possible, and we definitely did it. So next week we have 2 more days left for the execution project, which is which I'm super happy that I've done. Like I'm super happy about the whole project. I mean, look, we've got 1 payout. We're literally on a road to get that second payout. If not Monday, we'll get it Tuesday. That is 100% sure. So yeah, so that is the recap for today. Kind of a longer video today, just because you know it's a Friday. I'm trying to, you know, analyze a little bit everything that I've done in the past like 4 or 5 weeks, and you know I think that at the end of the day, my performance has been extremely good when I take into account both indexes at the same time. And yeah, like as I mentioned before, after this whole project is done, I'm going to be posting a video of me explaining in depth my whole strategy. Like I'll be giving you guys examples, and I mean, yeah, you pretty much can have some sort of idea of what, like how I trade, obviously because I'm doing the recaps, but there's a lot more that comes into it than just what I show in my videos. But if you looked at all my videos, you'll see how consistent all my trades are, and I think you can pretty much figure out what my strategy will be. But I really would prefer, you know, completely explaining to you guys how I trade in depth, and everything that goes into to trading the 15-minute orb, because at the end of the day, you know, like I've taken a strategy that it's not new. I didn't invent it either, right? I didn't invent the orb. I didn't, you know, but you know, when you start with a strategy, you know, you learn it in depth. And you know, you might go and listen to some sort of influencer that or some traders on YouTube that say, okay, I trade the orb this way, or I trade the orb this way. And basically what I've done with orb is basically I've taken basically different concepts from different traders and kind of mixed it up together to make my own sort of strategy. And I find that super, super important in trading. But I'm gonna stop yapping. I'm gonna stop yapping because this video is gonna be longer than I want it to be. But like these are sort of things that I'm gonna be explaining to you guys during during my video that I explain my strategy, which should come out on day 30. I'm gonna organize that so that on the day 30 I take out the both videos. So not only the recap of that day, but also the what is it called? Also the strategy video. Now, I'll be honest with you, if we become eligible for the payout on Monday, which I am positive we will because the week looks really nice. Mondays I usually trade really, really well. Um, and I don't think I think I need like, honestly, I think I need like 20 points to pass the eval. I think I just need 20 points, so that's just like one of my normal trades that I usually take every day. I just do the same thing. And if that day I am eligible for a payout, then I will on the day 30, instead of instead of trade, well, I'll trade, but instead of doing a trade recap on that last day, I'll do a special video for the 30th explaining like my journey, analyzing everything that I've done and everything, instead of doing a recap. And then that same day, on the day 30, I'll also take out another video explaining my strategy. So there's a lot to look forward to next week. And yeah, so I'm gonna stop yapping. I'm gonna post this video recap of this is day 28. And yeah, so you guys have a good weekend. Take it easy, and we'll see you guys on Monday. All right, peace.